Peace and love, family. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you enjoyed your Friday. Now is Saturday, I guess. I'm doing this video a little bit, late. It's like early in the morning type stuff because I got something to do. Uh, so I got to get up early and take care of business and take care of what I have to do. All right. So I decided to do the video now instead of try to do it early in the morning or maybe another day. I might as well just get it out, you know. So my previous videos, I spoke about relationships and also not only relationships, I spoke about love. Part one, there's a part two coming. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna put it together. So I'm working on that, so bear with me. Might take a little while. I'll do some videos in between, however, you know, and then work on part two. Now, today I would like to talk about healing. So we spoke about relationships, spoke about love, and we have to be balanced. So we have to speak about heartbreaks, healing, getting over past traumas, relationships, breakups, heartbreaks, and lost loved ones and so forth, so forth. You know, um, not physical healing like you get a actual cut, but you know what I mean. All right. So now what I'm about to say might be a little bit unorthodox, but it helped me with my healing and what I'm doing is speaking from experience with the hope that because it helped me, it might help others as well. If it don't help you, well, it is what it is, but my intention is to, you know, teach people and help people based off my own experiences and it doesn't have to be personal experiences. It could be what I experienced with someone else or what I saw happen with someone else and I was able to learn from that situation, and because I learned from that situation I can speak about it, and hopefully that situation as it helped me will help others as well. Now, when it comes to healing, and this is not something that, like I said, I'm not a professional guru at when it comes to heartbreaks and breakups and professional cupids and stuff like that. I'm only speaking from experience and what had helped me to progress and move forward with the hope it will help you guys also, or whoever that is in need of the help or assistance or advice about how to get over certain things. Now, when it comes to healing, what helped me is that at first I was like, well, in order for me to heal from something, say, for example, heartbreak or the death of a loved one, could be a family member, could be a friend, could be a pet. Because believe it or not, people do grieve over their pets that they love, really, and it's healing. It could be just a breakup of a friendship, a best friend, or a girlfriend, or you know, uh, a wife or a husband. Could be relationship, could be group settings, could be whatever. But how do we heal from situations like this? Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, or I'm not gonna make things up and say, well, healing is something that is easy to overcome. Healing is very, very difficult. You know what I mean? It is difficult because healing is somehow connected to the heart chakra, the heart space. It goes deep. And because of that, the heart chakra is the center chakra point in the body. So it's almost as if the foundation is the feet area, ankles coming up. However, the heart is like the epicenter, and the epicenter is like if you have a circle that points somewhere in the middle, that it could be like an earthquake. Say the earthquake, they'll say the epicenter, that starting point. However, that starting point of that hurt is actually not in the mind, but actually in the heart. And that's why it is so devastating to a lot of people, including myself, going through my healing process when it comes to traumas, past traumas, could be childhood traumas, could be even adult traumas, things that I've been going through, relationship heartbreaks and breakups, friendship and family, loss of a loved one, loss of a loved family member, you know, loss of a good friend or old time friend, or a loss of a pet, so to speak. Now, how do we heal? And it is a very important that this might be by far one of the more important videos that I'm posting, because it is this when it comes to healing, it can either make you or break you. And actually, it's a choice which direction it goes. It's a choice. It's not something that, well, when it comes, not physical wounds, but when it comes to your emotions and your mental, your psychological, and how it affects your mental state, your mind state, your heart space, how it affects you internally. And that's exactly how to heal also. What a lot of people, what they try to do when it comes to healing, they externalize healing. They look for a replacement to heal something that's inward. So if you're heartbroken, for example, and you're trying to heal your heartbreak, looking externally is not going to heal what is broken internally. You have to work your way from the inside out. And this is very important. When I say inside out, it could be multiple different techniques that you use. It could be sometimes, I wouldn't so much say isolation. I would say take time to yourself to actually absorb the type of feeling and what you're going through, and try to understand, okay, certain things is actually out of your control, like the death of someone, for example. That is out of your control. It happens, and sometimes you have to know when, at which point do you let go? At which point do you're not letting go of the person as if, and this is important for healing when it comes from the inside. You have to feel it. You have to allow it to flow. You have to allow it to flow. And then people will say, well, if you keep revisiting the tragic moment or the moment of the heartbreak or whatever, how is it that you're going to heal from it? But that's exactly what's needed. However, it's not something that you would reminisce on in a negative manner or try to. What you and what worked for me is that I try to think of happy moments. If it's a death, if it's like a heartbreak, right? What I try to do is try to condition my mind and my heart space, saying that, well, it is hard, it is rough, and it's tough. However, there are positive changes I can make within myself that will allow other opportunities that might be around waiting to fill that gap in that space. And that's not a rebound, because the rebound is when you try to immediately get a replacement for that hurt. Allow yourself to heal first. Take time. Do not rush it, but also do not sit in it and allow it to overcome your entire being. And then you can't think nothing but negative thoughts. What you should allow to happen is to feel it. And time, time heal all wounds, whether it's physical. spiritual, mental, psychological, emotional. Time heal all wounds. Now, some people heal faster than some. That's okay. And it depends on the level of or the intensity of the love you had between you and the person that you lost, whether it's through heartbreak or death or just separation period or, however it plays out. Now, it depends on the depth at which you are or were attached to that person on an emotional level, which affects the heart mostly. So, what we should do as, healing through healing process is not if you hear a music, a song, for example, that reminds you of someone that you broke up with, right? Don't every time you hear the song, you cut it off. Let it play. Let the song play. Yes, it's going to bring you back to memories, but I guarantee you, each time it brings you back to those memories, right? And I'm not saying you go out your way and play that song all the time, right? Because now you're kind of bringing an obsession in, which you don't want to. If it so happened to come randomly and you're not going out seeking it, and there's a car passing by playing a song that that reminds you of someone, right? That hurt you or you felt hurt or the breakup or the death, right? Don't allow it to trigger you. Initially it's going to trigger you, but as time passes, it will get to the point where you hear the song or you remember about the person and it the intensity dissipates after a period of time. You'll realize that the hurt seems less and less and less. Now, when you try to avoid it and fight it, right, it's almost as if you're opening up the wound for like anger and rage and other emotions to fill that gap. When you allow it and you just say, well, sometimes it's just acceptance that helps us to heal. Accept the fact that, well, whatever happened, happened. Now, what's next? How should I progress from here and end up being better than how I was left? So, say you were left broken, right? Whether it's your fault or not, right? I'm not saying you're the victim or I'm the victim or anybody is a victim I'm not speaking about victimism or victimhood or whatever. I'm talking about healing. Now, how how do you move on from here? And try to think of positive ways of working on yourself. It's an internal thing. Trying to heal from an external source is not going to be effective enough. And a lot of times it doesn't work at all. Sometimes it's self reflection that invokes true healing. And the only way for you to know that you truly healed from situations like heartbreak or death of someone or anything like that is when you can revisit that moment or memories of that person and it doesn't affect you in a negative way. When you start to revisit the memories, say you lost someone, the pandemic, a lot of people lost a lot of people, unfortunately, and, my condolences to those who lost loved ones, right? It's an internal thing. Healing is never external when it comes to not physical wounds, but heartbreaks and traumas, childhood traumas. Yes, it hurt. It hurt. And I'm not going to say it doesn't. And I'm not going to lie and say, oh, that it was a piece of cake. Even for me going through my own traumas and heartbreaks and whatever else it is that hurt me mentally and physically, could be just friends that turn their back on you for for whatever reason. The reason is not important. What's important is healing from whatever happened. It is never what happened to you that's important. It's how you heal from it that's important, because then you'll be able to always bounce back and progress. And it's not that you don't care, it's not that you haven't felt it. Actually, you should feel it when if it happens. Not saying that you should eh, allow things to hurt you. No, I'm not saying that. But if you go to situations where you are hurt, the best way to get over it is feel the emotions. Allow the emotions to flow. Allow the hurt to slowly, after time, don't rush it, but don't stay in it. Always think of, okay, right now it's rough and it's tough. On the initial stages, yes, but you'll realize that after a period of time, right, that intense feeling and of hurt and how you feel down and depressed and stressed out and all that starts to dissipate because you allow it to heal naturally. You're not forcing the issue, right? You're not forcing yourself to heal. You're allowing your body and your mind to work on whatever it is to maintain a balance. And it will balance out over a period of time. So sometimes it might take a couple days. It might take a couple weeks. It might take a couple months. For some people, years, right? However, as long as you're making steady progress, every time you revisit that memory or that hurt, and you're making progress, positive progress within yourself, you know that you're in that healing process. And it will get to the point where whatever memory comes up, or even the person might turn up one day and you'll be like, oh shit, what happened? I, we used to chill and have fun or whatever. What happened? Da, 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 da. And then you talk like it is nothing. And then, maybe you do know what happened. Maybe you break up and you're like, well, yeah, I know we broke up and everything, man, but shit, it is what it is. And it's not like you're going to accept the person back, depending on the circumstances. Just bear with me, right? However, you're going to realize that the pain went. It's not there anymore. The process of healing starts from within. It's internal. Don't force it, but don't stay in it. Always make steady progress. Always maintain. Every time you revisit a memory that triggers you or hurts you, think of something you can do that propels you further. Say for example, the person, and this is just an example. Say the person left you because you were overweight when it comes to relationship, right? Say you was probably married to someone, or you were with someone, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and they left you because of the size. They say you're too big, or you're too small or skinny, right? Now, in your healing process and self-development, right? Your confidence is also something that will also help you to propel. Self-confidence, that is. And how you feel about yourself is important. How you view yourself in the mirror. And if you're comfortable with yourself, by all means, that's a great thing. Whether you comfortable and you feel good about your weight or you slim. I'm just using this as a, so please don't you hopefully it's not triggering other people. But however, you can do little things to make progress and improvement. There's always room for improvement, and that's self-improvement. And only you know what areas you want to improve on and how to move forward. So every time you feel hurt, whatever situation, use that situation as fuel to propel that rocket to space. Every time you feel that that in a positive way. Don't, don't go out there attacking no one because you're hurt. It's self-improvement I'm talking about. So every time during the healing process, you feel you feel and you think about the hurt and the areas in which, and you know what areas that contributed to that point, or to the breakup, or to the loss of that person. If it's the death of a family member or a friend or whatever, then that's a different case, because we all one day, gonna leave this planet, or this physical form, right? But always remember, right? E equals mc squared, right? Albert Einstein, mc squared, about energy. Energy can never be created nor destroyed, but transferred from one state to the next. So when it comes to energy, your spirit, your soul is energy. So if you think about it, in the loss of someone, yes, you lost the physical part of that person, but their energy still lives. It just transformed from one state to the next. You cannot create it unless you're the Most High, and you cannot destroy it unless you're the Most High. It can only transfer from one state to the next. Okay. And so just think of that person, if you want to think of them being around you, or if you want to think of that person in heaven somewhere, having fun, laughing and playing chess with the Most High or something. Think happy thoughts of that person, that memory of that person that you lost when it comes to death, right? When it comes to heartbreak, wish the person well. You have to forgive the person, but most importantly, you have to forgive yourself. And that's where a lot of us don't we fail to understand that it's not only forgiving that person and say, yes, I'm healed, I forgive that person. If that person is in the wrong, right, it's also forgiving yourself. And when I say forgiving yourself, is forgiving if you're at fault also, or if you're the one at fault, you have to forgive yourself and forgive the person, forgive the situation, right? And eventually, time will heal all wounds. Say affirmations to yourself, give yourself self encouragement, talk about things that will help you to progress in life and move forward. Think about things that will help you to progress. Every time you revisit that memory of that person, right? Especially if it's someone you lost during death, right? Always think of them in a positive light. Think about, and that's the crazy thing about that, is that when you think about the happy times, initially it hurts you even more. But after a period of time, you laugh about it and you'd be like, Yo, I remember when that guy did this. We went out to the club and he was dancing on the bar counter and shit, and he looked funny and he slipped, and stuff like that. And you start laughing about it. Hell, you might even be talking about it to other people, and everybody laughing. I was like, yeah, that guy was crazy, or that family, or whoever, you know what I mean? But you have to heal first. It was never the hurt that was important. It's the healing from that hurt is important. And how we heal is always internal. So we have to fix it from within our heart. We have to get over it, whatever the situation is, by allowing time and memories to flow. Don't fight it. Don't rush the healing process, and don't stay in it. All right. I might do another video, a part two, about healing, because there's odd things about healing that I wanted to speak on. However, I just put this video out. I don't want it to be too long. You know, I'm tired. I'm about to go to sleep. It's almost, it's like, yeah, almost 3 in the morning. But I have to get up early, so I'm gonna take it down, right? And I just came in from work, so you know how that is. But anyway, it's healing. Healing. It's important. And it's never the I mean, it's hard when you go through issues, you go through trauma, and you go through the loss of someone, whether it's breakup or death, or it's rough. That's tough. But the important part of that whole thing is, what lessons did you learn, and how to heal from that situation. Learn the lessons. It could be anything. Could be even how the person died. Say the person drives too fast and end up in a car accident or something. So now you have a lesson to learn from that person's mistake that caused their demise. So if it's lessons like that, learn the lessons. Apply to your own life, and that will help growth also. But you should not, from my experience, you should not allow yourself or deny yourself the opportunity to feel the emotions, because you have to feel it in order to get over it. And you're fully healed when the memories and emotions come back, and you're not angry, you're not upset, you're not hurt about it anymore. And that's how you know you're healed. But you have to allow time. And also, you can spend time with other friends and family members and share moments, and but and whatever, but not as a distraction though, to keep your mind away from healing, but also as as a break, so you don't stay in that situation or thoughts, and it breaks you down instead of building you up. All right. Speak to a friend, a close friend, speak to a family member, speak to a group, and they'll help you with your healing process if they mean you well. You know what I mean? You got to know what group you're a part of, and they'll help you. Okay. So, family, hopefully this helped someone out there. And it is always my intention to help others. And I think I'm onto something, using my own experiences to help other people. And I actually like doing it. It's weird, but I'm like, well, not like my life was all crazy that like that, but I do have experiences, and they say experience teacheth wisdom, right? So stay up, people. Heal, help others to heal, show love, express forgiveness, show forgiveness, have peace. Listen to music that keep your mind at peace. Meditation helps. Speaking to loved one helps. Having a nice pet that is funny as hell helps. I had a cat is the funniest cat in the world. I can tell you that. I'm just mad I didn't record that cat. I would have made millions on YouTube already just by recording the cat. But anyway, heal. Things that you have lost, remember, especially things that, like possessions, like, say, for example, you may lose a car, or things like that, or even a house, or whatever. You can heal. Things like that hurt people too. You know what I mean? Sometimes people lost money. Go to the Say you gamble and you go to casino or whatever you do, and you lost the money. Heal from that. Learn from the mistakes and build back. I know when I say that, people be like, "Oh, so you did?" No, I'm not talking about myself. One, I don't gamble, right? I might play a lot every once in a while, but that's as far as I go. It's like what, $2? So I'm not gonna go over it again. You get the point. But and anyway, I hope this video helps someone. Enjoy your weekend, and I'm a little bit excited about my What Love Got to Do with It Part 2, but it's still in the making. So I'll put other videos in between until I'm ready to, get it out the way I want it to. All right? So stay up, stay at peace, show love to someone, show gratitude to the Most High. Peace out. And this is peace, by the way. Peace out and love. All right? Take it easy.